Have you ever noticed the commonality of injuries and concussions in the NFL every year and why? Ever since I got a concussion last year playing football, I've been concerned about the number of players that get concussions or other injuries when deciding to further their career. In this presentation, I will be discussing the severity of injuries in the NFL, rules and equipment changes, and the number of injuries in the past to present. Concussions are the most common injury among football players, most likely due to the continued blow to the head. Concussions can often lead to the development of CTE, which is a progressive brain disease found in people with a history of repetitive brain trauma. Some symptoms include erratic behavior, memory loss, personality changes, suicidal thoughts, and even depression. It has been found that the risk of developing CTE is more than doubled after only 3 years of playing professional football. Jesse Mez, Boston University School of Medical Assistant professor of neurology, found that out of 111 football players, 110 found confirmed to having CTE. And there could be many more players with it, but it can only be found after death. The severity of these injuries have led to the next topic, which is the evolution of rule changes in the NFL. Some of the major rule changes within the last decade, one being the ball is declared dead at the spot of the runner where a runner's helmet comes completely off. This is important because the players can be severely injured without their helmet. Chipping and unnecessary roughness penalties are expanded to prohibit blockers from rolling up on the side of the defender's leg. This is in place in order to prevent players from getting knee or ankle injuries. It is a foul if a player lowers their helmet to initiate or make contact with his helmet against his opponent. For obvious reasons, this rule is established to prevent players from leading with their head and causing major head injuries. Major equipment changes. Compared to the older helmets, helmets can have more padding, and are much more advanced today than they were in the back then. I have an older helmet, probably around 2006 here. You can see that it has hard foam, probably not that comfortable, and has a little area that inflates. In today's advanced models, you would see more inflation and more areas for stability for shock absorbent when making contact, which I'll show you in a photo. So from what you could see in the photo, obviously the new day models are a lot more advanced from 2006 to now. Another form of equipment is athletic shoe wear. Certain cleats have been found to prevent MCL and ACL tears, whether it's turf or grass. Now that you know a little bit more about NFL rules and equipment changes, let's talk about injury comparisons. A statistic on concussions, ACL tears, and MCL tears from 2012 to 2017, like shown here on the chart. We have concussions from 2012 to 2017. In 2012, there was 265. In 2017, there was actually 291, which is an increase. And then for ACL tears in 2012, there was 64. In 2017, there was 57, which is a slight decrease, but you could see here, it actually jumped up in 2015. 8 MCLs in 2012 was 133, in 2017 was 151, which was actually an increase. So the increase in concussions have led the NFL to create what is called a reduction plan or an action plan to reduce concussions or other injuries, which was implemented in 2018. There are three major parts, one being that teams were asked to review practice schedules and to reduce and monitor contact drills. The second part of the plan is better performing helmets. Each year, biochemical engineers evaluate which helmets best reduce impact capacities. Because of this, 10 helmet models have been prohibited from being worn. The last part of the injury reduction plan is the rule changes. Eliminating potential risky behaviors that could lead to injuries is a huge contributor to injury reduction. So, to wrap it all up, we have discussed injuries, rules, equipment changes, and that have changed players' futures for after the game dramatically. I would like to leave you on some words from the NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell. No one is above the game or the rules that govern it. Respect for the game and the people who participate in it will not be compromised.